Oof. Good morning, and good morning to you. A lot of you guys have been noticing this, and you guys keep commenting conspiracy theories that I'm rebuilding this D series. I'm not rebuilding this D series. What you're seeing is mainly just a pile of parts. I just completely tore the motor down. I just kind of like parted it out, I guess you could say. I sold anything that was worth money, or I am trying to sell anything that is worth anything. And then I might have a little bit of fun with whatever's left. That is not for today, that is for another video. When we installed the hardwood in the Civic, it was kind of like, I mentioned how it was kind of thinner than the stuff I had before, but I was okay with it. Like there was no real issue with like the thickness of the wood. And if you look at it, it's actually pretty thick. Like it's not thin by any means. What's thin is the way it's made. The lip on this is extremely thin. Company that made this, just their lip design, not the best. It breaks super easy. And because of that, every single piece in the trunk that looks like this has come apart from itself. So it wasn't really a big deal when there was nothing in there, but then when we relocated the battery to the trunk, it started to like put a lot of weight on the one panel and they started to pop apart. The other day, once we got all this stuff installed, I realized that there's just no way. As soon as you put any weight on it, this lip just kind of pops out from the other one because they're all kind of broken just because they were cheap. So today, number one thing we have to do now that we have all this installed is clean it up because it just looks like crap. So this is one of my favorite things to do. Like putting the hardwood in the trunk is one of my favorite mods to do to any car. I think it just looks really clean. Like in the BRZ, it just looks unreal. And then in the Civic, it was cool. Now that we have all this stuff in there, it's definitely gonna be way better when it's done. And something that's cool about this is you can do this stuff for free. So if you guys remember when we did this for the budget build, this was free wood. And you guys, I found free wood out there today, but it's not the kind I want, it's not the color I want. Because this is no longer trying to show you guys exactly how cheap we're gonna do it, we're gonna go buy some. But you guys can do this for pretty cheap because basically what you can find is when people are doing like hardwood flooring in their house, for example, they'll do like, I don't know, you have to buy like a certain amount, right? So they'll buy more than they need just to be safe, and then they have a little bit of leftovers and you really don't need much. Like in the Civic, I had 1, 2, 3 pieces. So even if a guy has like a leftover box, oh sorry, I had 4, there's one over there. 4 pieces, like that's still nothing. So if a guy has like a whole box of leftovers, you definitely have enough to do the trunk. So super cool and easy way to do this is you can just go on like Craigslist, Kijiji, whatever you guys use in your area, and you can find at least 1 box of wood. I'm guaranteeing you. If you look on there for like a week straight, you'll end up finding something, and you guys can do this for completely free. But I think what we have coming would go better with like something a little bit darker. So we're gonna go out, we're gonna shop around for something a little bit darker, and mainly just these click lips. Because if you see here, there's like no lip left. Like this should be a whole piece that clips together, and they just don't anymore. I had a couple straggler orders left over, just like stickers and stuff, so anybody that ordered anything, your orders have been officially all sent out from the last drop. I didn't really talk about it, I didn't really hype it up much. A lot of you guys probably didn't even know what happened. It was just like a clear out of whatever we had from the driven shows. So thank you to everybody that supported, thank you for everybody that got something during that drop. We will have one more small clear out after, it'll probably be like June 17th. We will have a small clear out of those Committed Crew, the black logo tees, and the white intercooler tees, as well as all the stickers we have left. And then I'll be working on a full new summer line. So Vancouver is the last driven show, so anybody local, just pull up to Vancouver and grab something. Also, Jasmine stickers, they're a one-time deal. So if you guys didn't get one yet, I get one before they're gone. So I actually ended up going with this brown. It's a little bit dark, but I kind of like it. I think it'll blend into the trunk a little better. And another thing that I got too was like this is a much thinner board. These are like kind of what's in the BRZ. If you compare one to a piece over here, you can see that just compared to the old board, it's like much wider. And I think a lot of why this board was breaking has to do with the pieces are so big that there's a lot of weight on just the one piece and it's just starting to bend, whereas like the more you have, obviously the stronger it'll be. Also, what I'm gonna do underneath this is I'm gonna put like a piece of wood like that runs this way. So like front to back is basically what I'm thinking. If I go from like here, somehow I have no idea, but if I go from here to there, then at least in the middle there will be something to absorb that weight and it won't flex and hopefully it shouldn't break. I have made a couple of these trunks before. Like I said, there's the one in the BRZ and the one that was in here, but I've never made something that's got to be so complex and hold so much weight. So I'm curious to see how this one comes out, because I kind of just like every other thing, I'm just winging it. I don't really have a plan. Before we do get into that, I know there's a lot of you guys that are here not for this, but actually, I guess if I leave the steering wheel on, you guys can see me fine, eh? I'm not a Honda guy. I never liked Hondas, and I never thought I would ever own one, like, at all, ever. And when my channel was still very small, I let you guys help me pick this car, and it was one of the best decisions I think I've ever made. The channel has grown incredibly since I got this car, and it felt like hours when we built it on a budget. Obviously, it outgrew the budget, and we're trying to move on and make it something that is just like my own creation, as I have fallen in love with this car. But I miss kind of like the interaction and the us working together to build a car, because for all you OG people that have been here since the beginning of the Civic, you guys know that there's a lot of people that say a lot of shit, but you guys know that I genuinely let you pick this car. I let you pick the color. I let you pick mods. I did so much stuff, and what we're doing today is I'm gonna let you guys buy my next car. I wish it was as easy as you guys all getting together and just like picking a car and buying it, but here's what you have to do. There's simple rules. No votes on this video will count, no votes on my Instagram will count, no votes anywhere will count unless you follow what I have. What I'm telling you is the only way to make your vote count. It's extremely simple. I would do it on YouTube, but YouTube doesn't have the right capabilities for it yet. So here's how it's gonna go. If you guys don't have Instagram, just make one. Just make one so you can participate in this if you care. What you need to do is you need to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is right here. You need to follow me on Instagram. I'll give this video about a day, like 24 hours. I'll let this video be out so that everybody's prepped and everybody's aware. On the 31st at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, I'm gonna be putting a mixture of questions in that you guys will answer. So you guys will narrow down all the car options down a funnel of questions I'll be posting on my Instagram as like a poll, and it'll narrow it all down to the point where like there's a pool of cars, and then we will work from there to get a car. Just like last time. It's exactly what we did last time, but it's not a joke. It seriously works. It's seriously how we did it last time. Stay tuned to the 31st, 12:30 PST. You guys are helping me buy another project. That's all. I don't want to bore you guys with that too long. Let's go make this trunk. Not gonna lie, out of all the hardwoods I've installed, this is definitely the nicest one. Like looking and feeling on the feetsies, nicest. So this last one should go here. Oh yeah, dude, they're so bent, you can't even click them together. Also, a huge shout out to whoever sent me this in the mail. I really appreciate it. It got us all the way to Calgary and back, and I'm probably gonna keep using it because honestly, it looks kind of dope. I am though not excited to have to sort all that. It does not look like fun. And this, my friends, is how we're gonna get the best outline, because now there is no way for them not to click together, so they butt right up against each other, and I will get a perfect outline. So I guess they sell them in different lengths. I don't know. I obviously cut both ends of this one, so it must have been way longer, but doing it this way, I think it's gonna work. The only thing I'm gonna have to do is put a little piece here, but I think that's fine. Like putting one little piece there is not gonna kill me. Oh man, I'm gonna need some heavy duty lighting on this to be able to see that, but I think it's gonna work. This little guy, this thing is the shit. Dude, my new little blade, this thin one, that's supposed to be better at doing turns, is minty. Who makes these things? Yo Bosch, you wanna hook me up with some more of these or what? Like look at, I can honestly say that I've done this a lot of times, and that's some of the smoothest corners I've gotten. I had no idea they sold blades like that. Nice. Dude, this is gonna look so good. Darker look just kind of blends in. It's a little bit more subtle. The gray was like attention grabbing. It was like I was trying to prove to someone that I had a wood trunk, whereas now it just kind of blends in. I think it's gonna be dope. This is probably one of the uglier things I think I've ever made, but I mean, underneath the BRZ trunk isn't that pretty either, and I haven't seen this since the day I installed the wood, so hopefully I never have to see this thing again. Oh, boys, I think that is literally perfect. Plan backfired already, so I was hoping to put the compressor underneath and just have the tank on top. Unfortunately, this is so shallow all the way around that no matter where I put the compressor, it basically rides at the height of this. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to run the compressor on top. Honestly, this took me a lot longer than I expected it to, but that's okay because this is probably the cleanest one I've done yet. I've literally been going around with the palm sander and sanding all the edges and everything, so everything lines up like really nice. Like if you look at that, before it was kind of janky. Like where's a piece I can show you? This is not the nicest cuts, right? Like this kind of woes right here, and then it's just kind of, but this one's tight. So I went around, I spent probably like an hour just sanding all the edges, making sure everything fit. This is what we're gonna be burying. I literally just drilled the 2 3-way valves down, and then I taped up all the wires over here so that they're nice and kind of tucked out of the way. Zip tied these 2 hoses together so they don't rub, and then everything down here is just like it's nice, it's sturdy. It's not gonna go anywhere. And then I also added a layer here because when we got to the point, this is super janky, but it looks tight now. Now that it's done, you just see this laminate and that laminate and they match. That one was like just a hair too shy, so I just added a piece of laminate on top. And we're gonna call it a day. And I think as long as I did all this right, we should be able to put all the wood down, and then we just have to cut a couple holes to run some hoses, and we'll hopefully be done. Huh? Also, Emerson's car just got home. Like, look at this one, dude. Remember the old one, how floppy it was? Look at this.
You also have the support bar there.
That's what I mean. We needed that. The whole, like, we should have put that in last time, but we just didn't because we're dumb. So we need to cut down this hose. This is all the extra hose that you just freaking threw in here the other day. I think this would look fine, like right here on that one board there, and then battery here. The compressor won't go back here because by the time the compressor fits back here and the seat opens, it's like touching it.
I'm not a fan of how straight that is.
I know, I wish, can we buy a 90 for this?
You can buy a 90.
A little bit of a horrible sound, but I can't see past the mic.
I can see you.
Oh!
I told you, buddy.
There it is.
Oh! You know what? Maybe these go in here.
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
The little rubber feet. For sound deadening and stuff, right? So it doesn't vibrate as loud.
Yeah, it's not for mounting.
It's for mounting. Oh, man. It's for mounting, but it's so that it doesn't vibrate through whatever we mount it to. The Civic is birthing me right now. Oh, we were in there trying to figure out what we were gonna do. I swapped these around, so the release valve is now on the front, and then the hose port thing to be on the back, so when it's sitting in the car like this, instead of having a hose here that runs by everything, it's just gonna go whoop right down the back. You won't even see it. Figured that we're gonna get a 90 for this. This is like kind of, I kind of not a fan of how big and loopy it is. Too late in the day to go get a 90. That'll have to be something we do another day, and I'm not gonna delay the video just for a 90. So we'll get a 90, and then once we have it, basically we'll be able to just put the line out sideways and it'll run cleaner. It'll look like this.
Oh, you like our new camera thing that we got? What are those called?
Those slider things?
Yeah.
I don't no idea, but I know that they don't make that noise. Why does it squeak right there? Right into here. Ooh. Oh man, not the drone. Not the drone. And then all we have to do now is just replace these wires, because these are,
I don't know,
they're the Emerson Special. Two things happened while we were doing this. One, we lost this cap. This cap is, it just got, I don't know where it went. Two, we're gonna get a battery box for this because right now the battery, it's kind of janky. Shouldn't be just open like that. Like it doesn't look right. Can we show them your trunk? Kristen's trunk? It's been a storage compartment for the last month, but hey, like that. right? And then we'll just, you know, rip this off, committed crew sticker, boom, and we're good to go. Yeah, the wires will be on the back, but it'll look way cleaner in a box like that than it does right now. We're gonna make this a 90 so that it just comes off on a nice angle and swoops down. And then I think that's it. But aside from all those, I have been doing this basically all day. Are you guys ready to see the final product? The almost final product of my entire day's worth of work? Dude, aside from it, you know, needing a couple last touches, this is sick. I think something I'm most stoked about is just the fact that this has always been a really, really janky surface. This has always been like buckling and not working. And then these two screws that I put through here actually mount right into that center brace that I put across. So like this is solid. Like I can put my whole body weight on that and it's fine. And then these two screws are also kind of like pulling this board down, which is super cool. So all this is really tight. The only thing we have left to do is test how quiet it is. I thought he was gonna help me. Realistically, I will have this on there. Obviously the compressor is still gonna be a little bit loud because we didn't get to mount it. We didn't get to mount it fully under the wood, but oh yeah, that's not bad. That's like what I would expect it to sound like. Like it's not horrible, and it's not rattling anymore, which is sick. To me, that's fine. Like I signed up to get a compressor in the trunk. That's kind of what I was expecting to have. And after all that, I still have 4 pieces of wood left over, which is kind of cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I have 4 planks and then like a bunch of decent sized scrap pieces that, I mean, I honestly have no plans for or no ideas on what to do with them, but I have them if I want to do something. Anyways, like I was telling you guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram. That way you guys can stay up to date and do the vote on the car, which will be on the 31st. You guys will get to vote. Don't forget to do that because that is very important. You guys have no way to complain if you guys do not vote. And aside from that, I will leave you guys with one more view of the beautiful trunk that we created today. I think it's sick. I think that the dark wood looks better than the gray did, honestly. Like it just looks calmer in there, you know?
It was fine when the car was gray.
Yeah, the gray was fine when the car was gray, but then it was just too bright. But that's all we're gonna have for you guys today. I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys vote. I hope you guys are happy with everything that's going on and excited for everything to come. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and stay committed.
Get divorced, buy 13 million cars, and a stacker.
Yeah, dude. That's my dream. Minus the divorce part.
I just have to.
You might have to get a divorce to be able to afford that many cars, but like, I don't know, dude. If I got a divorce, there'd be no pizza cooking in the oven right now. I can tell you that. Yeah. I'm out here working and there's food cooking. Why, you gonna come over and cook for me?
I charge.
You charge to cook? What if I buy the food and then let you eat it?
Oh yeah.
You'll be my housewife? Are we getting married? Is that what's happening here? We got the matching wheels, matching banners, similar cars. Your car is just the 90s version of my car. We're getting married, huh? You guys heard it here first. The Ferreira Lazo wedding. Except who's taking whose name? Or are we gonna be hyphen? Ferreira hyphen Lazo. Or should we do one of those like Ferrerzos?
Ferrero shit.
Larera. Oh, that's funny.